maybe you like chaos and that's all you know. Because everybody should want peace,
Honestly, yeah.
So just,
I mean, like, and it's important, it's important to seek somebody who is about peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I heard one time like a rap, like I think like D1 said it, like he's a Christian rapper talking about how like your partner should give you peace. You know what I'm saying? Like they should want, like, if you stressed out, they shouldn't be adding to the stress. Like they shouldn't be making the situation worse, but like they should give you peace, especially like if you're going through it. Like they shouldn't be like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like they should comfort you and help you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely, like, all they bring is frustration, headaches, chaos. That it'd be in your best interest to leave them alone.
Right.
Unless y'all willing to work on it.
Right.
But it all depends on the person too, because some people just ain't willing to work on themselves to want to change. So if they don't want to change, then you better change and get out that situation because you're going to be stressed out, frustrated the whole time. And then you'll be regretting being in that situation because it's wild. Like that's it's prevalent in the black community and also you could say in the Hispanic community too.
It can be
Because those two women are known for being well, I don't say always chaotic, but
yeah, like not all of them.
All of them are chaotic, but can be known for doing some outlandish stuff when mad or anything drama infused. So it's the fact that we allowed that to be a thing instead of nipping it in the bud is not good. So now the people, the men in those communities that don't want to deal with it, they get chastised for venturing outside of that because they want peace. And like you said, partner should bring you peace. So if I find someone that bring me peace, I'm gonna be with them. I ain't gonna be with you that all you bring is drama, chaos, headaches. Like, nah.
I mean, and it's not just like the black community or the Hispanic community alone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's any person can bring that. You know, but it's important. It's important, especially for Christians. Like we need to be seeking men. You know what I'm saying? Who know Jesus because you know, all of us are broken at the end of the day. Yeah. So we all gonna bring some bad things to the table. Yeah. But through Christ, we can like he can transform us. He can change us and like break those sin patterns, those bad thought patterns and everything.
Yeah. Bad habits. Yeah. So yeah, it's shit, and that's why it's important to be seeking somebody that's saved. Honestly, like somebody. And I say it can be a roll of the dice if you get with somebody that's still learning, because then they still got to change from their ways, sinly ways, or earthly ways to godly ways. So it's a roll of the dice because you don't know what you're going to get in the sense of are they going to go act on their sinly ways when rubber meets the road, or are they gonna act on what they've been taught? So it's a roll of the dice because there's not nothing to say that you can't help them out, but it all depends on the person. Are they applying what they're learning? Are they continually wanting to improve themselves? Because if they ain't doing none of the stuff, then bad communication corrupts good manners. So eventually they're gonna corrupt you, and then you're gonna start acting in worldly and sinly ways because you're dealing with somebody that's still engaging in earthly and sinly ways themselves. So you can to think that you can change somebody for the better. You can't. Somebody has to change. Want to change for the better for themselves. You can't change anybody. All you can do is just provide them with the tools, and then go from there. Like, because if they don't want to change, then it's all for naught. Because you just gonna get a headache. And really, the best person to change somebody is God. Point blank. And
Hallelujah.
So thinking you could change somebody, nope. Leave it to God. He may provide you with wisdom, information on how to help the person.
Yes, sir. That's it.
You can't change that person at the end of the day. Only he can change somebody's heart. Because, like we said earlier, you could tell somebody this for their better, but if they don't want to apply it or use it to better themselves, then they just got the information and it's just sitting there. Because you could
just head knowledge.
Yeah, it's just head knowledge. You provided somebody with the tools to build the house, and they ain't building the house. So it's like I said, only God can change somebody's heart. You can't change somebody's heart. You can only provide them with the information or the tools, the resources. They gotta use the tools and the resources. So it's also, but then also when dealing with somebody, you got to listen to what God says. Seek wisdom from God, because if He tells you to stay away from that person because of these said things, or they're still growing at the time, or they're still growing. Well, everybody should be growing, but they're still getting to a point to where they can be able to, how to say, it'd be entertainable of seeing yourself in a relationship with them. Then
sound like it could work out.
Yeah, it could work out. Whereas if they're in the stages of where they still, like you said, they're still learning and whatnot, then you might, like I said, it's a dice roll, because then you don't know what you're gonna get. So but that's where wisdom comes. Seeking wisdom from God, because He may tell you to stay away from that person right now for a reason,
right?
Or He may tell you not to mess with that person altogether.
Exactly.
Because it's
how y'all doing?
Good. That person may not really be sincere in serving God.
Yep.
Because we don't know people's heart. Only God knows people's heart. So
exactly.
So He may be telling you for a reason, because this said person might not be sincere. So then, say you do get in a relationship with him, and then it's nothing but headaches and chaos and drama. That's why. And you thought, oh, well, they were going to church. Well, they weren't sincere.
Yeah.
Or they weren't fully immersed in the sense of actually wanting to better themselves. So there's a reason why He told you to steer clear of them, or don't, or stay away from them for the time being. So it all depends. You just gotta seek wisdom and listen to God on what He said about that person, because it'll save you time, trouble, heartache, and a headache, and any other negative things that could stem from it.
Yeah, man. You know, like that's why it's so important to, like when you're pursuing that spouse, that like that wife or that husband, to really ask them, like, be like in the beginning, like, don't wait till the end to be, do you love Jesus? Do you go to church? Things like that. Like, ask that question from the very beginning. Because if you don't ask that question, then it's like your feelings are gonna get invested. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be like, oh man, she's just so bad, she's just so pretty, she's so funny, you know what I'm saying? She's X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna renege on the truth. You're gonna be like, maybe I don't have to, maybe we don't have to go to church, but asking her or him from the beginning, like, hey, do you have a relationship with Jesus? Do you want to be more like Jesus? You know what I'm saying? Like, asking them those rough, hard questions, because when you do, then you really figure out, you get to see where their heart is. Like, okay, this person really does love Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And then even if the person is, man, doing great. How are y'all? What's up? Even if that person is slow, you know, like may still make some mistakes.
Right.
At least you know, like, hey, their heart is for Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all get in an argument, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may mess up, she may mess up, but then she come and be like, hey, you know, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't listening to God. I wasn't being kind in that moment. Forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually, like, that's area that they're trying to grow in. You know, give that person grace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's so vital to make sure that you ask that person, like, hey, like, do you really want Jesus?
Yeah, like you said, is up front. It's important to set essentially just set guidelines and boundaries. Like, hey, this is you asking that question. You serious about Jesus? Yeah, like you said, coming more like him. Are you? This is how I go about things. I'm not engaging in premarital sex. I'm waiting to marriage. Do woody woo woo, and asking them, are you fine with that? Because if you're not fine with that, then you are free to leave. I am not holding you hostage. So
yes,
if you are fine with that, with knowing that I do not engage in these things. All right, power to you then. But
right.
Wilson, and even with that, people say it's all good and dandy at the beginning.
Right.
As time prolongs,
right.
as time goes along, time will tell all like if they really are fine with that. Because eventually, if they aren't fine with that, then they'll start finding ways to excuse themselves or finding ways to chuck up the deuces. So
yeah, man, you know, like, you know, one of my favorite things, I believe it's in the book of Daniel, like the first chapter. It says that Daniel resolved that he would not defile himself with the king's food. So like, you know, and like resolve is like he determined, he made up his mind that he was not going to defile himself, make himself unclean with the king's food. And we as Christians, like, we have to have certain things that we're absolutely resolved about. We're not switching up. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not a resolve and like we don't be like, look, this is my line, I'm drawing, I'm not gonna cross this line, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna fall for premarital sex, fall for things that are ungodly as we're courting our partner, you know what I'm saying? So it's so important, man, that like, I'm not gonna do these things because I love Jesus.
Yep.
Because I wanna live a life that pleases him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and just like you were saying, brother, like that's what it's about. Like, do you have the same mindset? You know, and then I'm just echoing just echoing what you're saying. But if they aren't on board that, peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not because the person you're with can either elevate your walk with God, or decrease it. You know what I'm saying? So like you have, like, it's so important to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like if your wife, like if your boyfriend or your girlfriend is like, no, I don't want to go to church. No, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to this and that, things that are involved with God.
Yeah.
Because you like them or you love them, more often than not, you're going to follow their leading. And it's going to keep you astray from God. So, number one, you got to find somebody that's a Christian. If they don't believe in Jesus, man, Paul says, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. So if they don't believe in Jesus, and like, this is like an Old Testament truth and in the New Testament. Like, God has always been saying, don't be with people who don't believe in me. You know, so it's so important to make sure that they are on the same page with you, and that y'all are pretty close in the same walk with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all may not be on like both of y'all at a 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because we're all at different walks, but like daily seeking after God. Because if not, man, it's gonna lead to destruction. It's gonna decrease your walk with God, decrease your relationship with God.
Yeah, most definitely that it will. And that's important because you can't compromise on your values. Can't compromise, because if you compromise, that means you weren't serious and you'll fall for anything. Because just
Get in front of you, bro.
just because
how you doing, man? Doing good.
The whole don't be unequally yoked, man. Like, because if you compromise with somebody that ain't that serious about their walk, and you want to keep them around because they look good or you enjoy spending time with them and whatnot, then you setting yourself up for failure because
Facts.
now you compromising your values and what God told you or what God says to be with them that ain't even listening to what a lick of what God says or ain't serious. So you can't compromise at all. You gotta stick to your guns, and then if they chunk up the deuces or go, then you gotta be fine with that.
That's right.
Just know God got something better for you.
Yes.
It said save you from trouble. So you got better.
You just said it, bro.
A whole lot better for you. And you won't have to deal with any of the headaches and trouble and all that. But you gotta stick to your values. Can't compromise because that speaks to your character too. People see that you're always folding, compromising. That says a lot about you as a person. You don't stick to your word. You don't hold to your word. You just because at the end of the day, God knows what's best for us.
Yes, He does.
All right. You do things that are conducive to you, not things that are advantageous, I say, not things that are gonna harm you. There's more than one fish in the sea, so
Facts. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You ain't missing out on this one person. You may have liked them or whatnot, but there's somebody else that look just as good as them or even better than them that's actually on the right program. So
yes, actually really love the Lord, man.
Yeah, so it's you just gotta stick to your values. Just stick to your guns. Yeah.
Man, and I know one thing. One thing that we talked about earlier was it's better to wait till you're married to have sex. Yeah. Like it's better, man. Like don't listen to what people who are in the world are saying. Don't listen to how you don't listen to how you're feeling about it. But man, it's better to wait to have sex with your wife or with your husband than to do it before. And Chris and I were talking about that because as a person who has had sex before marriage, me personally, I know how destructive and like how it can really mess up your mind when you're with and the person you're supposed to be with. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like it messes your mind up because you've had other sexual experiences. You know what I'm saying? So it's in your mind. You know, like it comes up from time to time. But if you wait, you avoid all that heartache, all those thoughts, all them soul ties. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not in the equation at all, man. So we really encourage you and challenge you. Like don't have sex before marriage, man. Like it is. That's okay, bro. It's not worth it, man. It's not, man. Like you're actually so much better off right now than you would be if you had sex before marriage. 100%.
Not missing out on anything.
Nope.
Don't let people convince you otherwise.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, actually 10 times out of 10, you're gonna be regretting your decision anyway. Afterwards, after all the endorphins and all that wear off,
right,
you're gonna be regretting it, sitting there. Why'd I do it?
Right. Right.
So, save yourself all that trouble. Just don't do it.
Right.
But that's doesn't help when you got I guess you say the world glorifying all that.
Right.
So when you got just about every angle telling you that you should do it or glorifying it, it's gonna be hard to tune out the noise, but you can do it. Stay focused.
Yes.
Stick to God.
Trust in God, yes, sir.
He'll give you the strength
Yes.
to overcome all the temptations. You
Facts, yes, sir.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to do it. Yeah, it ain't gonna be easy, but you'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
It's, not everything's gonna be easy. It's gonna be challenges at times, but when you overcome the challenges, you're gonna be grateful or thankful for when you achieve the end goal, when you meet your husband,
Yep.
ladies, or men, you meet your wife.
Yes.
You're gonna be grateful that you did wait, because it's gonna be so much better. It's better a whole lot better when it's actually with somebody you actually love,
Yes, yes.
care about, versus somebody you hook up with for the time being, or friends with benefits, which never stays friends with benefits because somebody always ends up liking somebody.
Somebody always end up getting feelings.
That, or situationships, even though those are the same thing as friends with benefits, it's just a different name. It really is, because y'all doing the same thing. It's just y'all ain't putting a title on it.
That made no sense.
So it's better just to wait.
I mean, like, plus, like, you'll only know your spouse, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you'll also get to know the fact that it's only you or her, or you and him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just y'all two forever, you know what I'm saying? Like, her, you know, and like, this what you would know, because in the Bible it says that the man's body belongs to his wife, and then the wife's body belongs to the man. And that's what's, man, like, that's what's, and that's what's amazing about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that your body belongs to her or to him, and that only you two will be doing this act, you know what I'm saying? It's not just just like Chris said earlier, a recreational thing. Like, this is true love making. This is true and honoring to God.
Yep.
Man, so it's worth it, man, to wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's worth it to, plus, I mean, like, praise God, that's a very special moment when you finally have sex with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you, forgive me, when you finally have.
I mean, there's nothing, sex is the word, that's the act.
Yeah, I mean, like, finally have sex with your spouse. Like, man, like, in your body, your private area. I don't know if it's this way or that way.
I think it might have been that way. Hold on. Yeah, I think it was that way.
Yeah, no, we hiking and we trying to figure out what's going on.
But yeah, I think we came from down there. Yeah, we did. But yeah, it's like you said, sex was intended by God.
Yes.
God made sex for the whole purpose of it being sacred.
Yes.
It being a special thing, how do I say it? A special occasion when two, a man and a woman, intertwine with each other to become one and create life.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, you say create life, even though you ain't made it, you just help it create.
Facts.
Better way to put it. But it's a special thing that was supposed to be still special, but now it's been perverted to be recreational. People just do it willy-nilly, and
No.
it's not the same. And then with that, it leads to all these consequences of doing it out of wedlock and whatnot.
Right. STDs.
Single parent households.
Right.
Soul ties.
Yep.
Sharing of energy, in a sense. got a lot of negative consequences that still from premarital sex.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Nope.
You wonder why all these people have problems that they do. Because they do it.
How y'all doing?
Hey, well,
What's up? Yeah, man, like, it is so much problem that come up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's more negatives than positives,
Yep.
on 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a special, intimate moment.
Yep.
But now, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now people just give it to anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, oh, like, it don't mean anything. Like, my body doesn't mean anything. It's essentially what we're saying when we do it. All the time, free willy-nilly, you know what I'm saying? So, God who made us, hallelujah, helps us understand that our body is sacred.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a temple, and we need to be only allowing people who actually cherish it, man, to that we should have sex with, man, which is, i.e., just our husband and wife alone.
Yep. People just got to see that. People don't understand because the error of their ways, because the more and more you engage in sin, the more and more you get stuck in your ways.
Right.
Because the more and more you do something, the more of a habit it becomes. So, but once that knowledge is made known to you that what you're doing is wrong. I mean, people know it's wrong from the get-go.
We done been there. Well, I done been there for sure.
So, gotta know, learn from your mistakes, but also, you know from the get-go it's not good. So, just don't do it. I mean, yeah, it sounds hard, but you gotta stay away from that temptation.
For sure. Well, we better sign off. God bless y'all. Peace.